All right, now a lot happened. A lot happened over the weekend, but we're supposed to talk about the MVCAs, but let's see how...
Congratulations to my girl, Halima Ganiyu. She got nominated. Her film got nominated. Big ups, young girl. So they actually brought out the list of nominations. But yesterday there was a premiere of a movie. I really cannot pronounce the movie well, and now the movie itself did not even create a force. What created a force was the best dressed female, Mommy of Lagos,
and they actually gave it to Bobrisky. Now my question is, how is Bobrisky, who is not a female, a man who does not go through 3 to 7 days hormonal imbalance, a man who doesn't understand what PMS is, a man who insult women because women decide not to, group of women decide not to, use men for their selfish games and desires. How is it that this person is winning best dressed female? Josh and Uche, it is your duty right now to make it make sense to me, because I'm about to lose it. So
you're not the only person losing it. I saw that video. I saw Toyin Abraham reacting, and for the first time in a very long time, I agree with Toyin Abraham, because why did you give best dressed female to Bobrisky? Why? I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. And we should be careful the things we do. Maybe because we are on the gram, or we just want to look good. Some look good, aren't good looking. As it might appear.
Right.
I do know that it has happened elsewhere in the world, America precisely, where men have been given Women of the Year awards and best female whatever award, and these are men, with testosterone running in their veins. I don't see why we should, do that here. And I don't have anything against that community. You understand? I do not have any problem with them, the transgender community, the LGBTQ community. I don't have any problem with them. And Bobrisky hasn't even really identified with these people. So we can't even say that he's a part of their community. So please, Bobrisky, who are you and what do you represent? And have a huge problem with the organizers of that event, because what are you trying to give us? What is that even supposed to mean? That is all shades of wrong. I saw that premiere. In fact, for that reason alone, I went through Instagram yesterday searching through, because I knew we were going to talk about it today. And there were beautiful women who wore amazing, beautiful costumes. Did you see what Papaya X wore? Did you see what this other lady, I've forgotten her name now, some people I don't even never seen before, and they took out their time, created these costumes, and you chose to give it to somebody who doesn't even identify as transgender. So maybe that could have formed the basis for this conversation, but it's not even there in the first place. Josh, please.
Josh, how do you react, Josh? Giving someone, that kind of recognition, who has not come out to tell us if he's neither a male or a female, or has belonged to that community of transgender, I do not understand the basis. Because come to look at it, is it a subtle shade of saying, this is another way of we promoting transgender in Nigeria, without actually coming now to boldly say, yes, it has come to stay? Perhaps we could be looking at it from that angle, so we don't get too emotional about it. Because I don't understand on what basis you're giving a best dressed male to female to someone who is...
It reached to confuse.
I don't understand, because maybe they are trying to tell us that welcome to...
Because I had to even check, maybe the film is actually about it. I had to go check yesterday.
And it wasn't.
And it wasn't.
You know, if this thing was given to an actual transgender, then it would make sense. Then I can understand.
We in Nigeria,
then I can start to try and see where it's coming from in the first place.
Uche, you should understand that we like to pretend. When these things even happen before our eyes, but we try to pretend so that people do not start getting a bit sensitive about it. So maybe it's a subtle way of saying, let's just throw it in there gradually. Let's see who responds.
They failed woefully, because what they were expecting, the reaction they were expecting wasn't the reaction they got. And I love Nigerians for that.
So, the first story for today. The First Lady Remi Tinubu has censored Nigerians fleeing the country to take up menial jobs abroad and urged wealthy Nigerians to support the needy. Now, she backed a statement by quoting Matthew 26 verse 11. And as a pastor in the Redeemed Christian Church of God, she said, Jesus Christ acknowledged that there will always be poor people worldwide. Let's take a look at some of the reactions on social media. Is what you heard. The first reaction. Our attention has just been drawn to a scandalous statement spewed by Remi Tinubu urging Nigerians in Nigeria, including those with the means to forget about emigrating abroad. Lying through our teeth to most Nigerians abroad are cab drivers engaged in menial jobs they are overqualified to do and would do in Nigeria. Here was a woman who jackpot with her husband to the United States of America in 1979, but ended up becoming a housewife whose account was used to launder proceeds of Ivory barely 1 year in the state. I detest hypocrites. Ike God, that one is loud though. Another reaction said, what a cab driver abroad for 1 year has achieved in Nigeria. My service to Nigeria and the Nigerian Navy for the past 15 years can't compare to the cab driver. So anyone that can afford to be abroad would and should grab it sharp, not listen to Mrs. Remi Tinubu. Another reaction from Ina Julian, and she said, our concern is not the jackpot, rather she's concerned that instead of doing big money making jobs, they are into legitimate jobs that give them small money. For me, it's better they make small legitimate money and save the name of their family. And that reaction said, the fact that she and her husband also jackpot as well at a certain time to go and get a better life abroad is what is more baffling. To think that even at the time the jackpot, the Nigerian economy was doing quite well and was competing on the global stage then. The final reaction, forget the messenger. What she said is true. Some of our citizens out there do jobs they would never do back home in Nigeria. How can a bank manager in a commercial bank here go over there and start driving cab or being a caregiver? Uche, how do you react to this?
Caregivers in these places get minimum wage and they don't have to fight for it.
Right.
Cab drivers in that place have a cap to what they are paid and they are tipped. And I'm not saying we don't have tipping culture in Nigeria. That, in fact, I shouldn't even have said that. But what I'm saying is this is a system that works. In pidgin, in a play, in a show, whatever you're working for, you are seeing it. You don't have to go on strike every other Eke market day just to have your monies paid. Students don't have to struggle with whatever is going to happen in school tomorrow, whether we'll be able to finish our exam or non-tutorial staff will go on strike and we don't have lights to do practicals. These things are not issues. I'm sorry, but I do not blame anybody who has taken to their Twitter space to call this woman a hypocrite, because what is that supposed to mean? Right. You should be there poking at your husband to do the right thing, and you are here. So those people that worked for their money, they should not carry it and give to other people who are also working for their money, but because you people are not doing what you're supposed to do, they're not earning what they deserve. And this is what you have to say as a learned, educated first lady. Oh, hello. Wow. Nice.
How she chose to end it that way. Suiting to my nerves. Anyway, someone said that Nigeria is being run by family. So if it's not Tinubu today,
it's Remi.
It's Remi tomorrow. If it's not Remi tomorrow, it's Shay. So we should expect it. The other day, Tinubu went abroad, to woo investors. While he was wooing investors as the number one, image maker of the country, he made a blunder. If you find anybody asking for bribe, report. So while you're trying to promote Nigeria, you're also tarnishing the image of Nigeria. And now here is the wife. You started on a good note, quoting a scripture which is absolutely valid, because even the scripture says that whether or not you like it, you will have the lowly among you. So you cannot have a civilized society where you will not have people in the ghetto or places where people need help. You can eradicate that. But where she now veered away and now made a blunder was telling Nigerians that you've spent so much getting an academic qualification only to abscond to a country where you take up jobs that ordinarily you cannot accept here. So what's the point telling Nigerians that in the last 24 years of democracy, we've had misrule? People have had to leave whatever they have here doing just to go abroad for greener pastures. What is wrong with someone now going there the person did not go there to do drugs. He didn't go there to do anything that is illegal, but just to earn a living and take care of the family back home. And you have to undress or dress them down to that extent.
All right,
no,
that is to show you
it's totally
how much
reckless,
the average
it's totally
Nigerian
irresponsible.
Exactly.
And this is not the first time we are hearing that either from her or the husband.
This is to show you how much, to the extent that the average Nigerian have been stripped of their dignity as a human being. Because first of all, there is dignity in labor. Those works that these people do abroad, they should be able to do it here as well. If you people will pay them.
If all things were to be equal,
Do you
when things are not
understand?
even equal.